Hey guys, made a video a while back where I mentioned doing kind things for people without expecting anything in return, and somebody sent me a message this week and said they thought that was a nice idea, but they couldn't really get motivated to do it. And how can you get motivated to do something like that? I understand what that person's saying. There was another person recently who asked about time management. They were saying that it's obvious that I'm pretty busy with the things I'm doing, and how do I manage my time to do it? And there was another one. There was the kindness, time management, and there was another one. Someone recently asked another question that was along the same lines. Basically, different topics, but the common thread was that these people are wanting to improve themselves, which I think that's a key. That's a big key. I think as long as we keep trying to improve ourselves and be better people, we keep moving forward. I think that's the key. I think if you know anybody who thinks they already know everything and they're already perfect, if you know someone like that, most of us know somebody like that. If you know someone like that, what you'll notice is they don't move forward. They don't improve, and that's a problem. And you see that all the time, don't you? I see it all the time on YouTube, on my videos. People leave comments. They watch a video where I interview some Japanese people about some Japanese topic, and the person from another country leaves a comment saying, those Japanese people don't know what they're talking about, they're wrong, and this is what it's really like in Japan. They think they know more about Japan than the Japanese people do, or we all know examples of this, don't we, where people think they already know everything, and as a result they don't learn anymore, or they think they're already perfect, and as a result they don't improve. I think there's all different ways we can improve. We can read books on topics, time management and being kind or whatever. We can listen to people, because I think we can learn from anybody. We can learn from teachers and martial arts teachers, or school teachers, or parents, or we can learn from anybody. But we can also learn from kids and beginners. In a martial arts dojo, it's obviously it's easy to learn stuff from teachers because they know a lot of stuff. But if you pay attention, you can also learn stuff from beginners, because when you practice with beginners, you can see why it's not working for them, and you go, look at that. And we learn things from beginners as well. So I think we can learn stuff from anybody if you pay attention to what's going on around you. You can learn stuff from anyone. I make videos about all sorts of stuff, stick it on YouTube, and quite often someone will come along and leave a comment, and it's really inspired. It's brilliant. I get them all the time. There's someone, well, also a lot of rubbish, a lot of rubbish comments, but now and again, in amongst all the comments, now and again there'll just be a gem where someone watches the video, thinks a bit, or they already know a bit about the topic, and they just leave a really, really right on the money comment. It's just a perfect comment. Recently on my what not to do in Japan video, someone left just a perfect comment, really sort of explained it well. And yeah, so my point is, I think we can, as long as we keep learning and keep trying to improve and keep moving forward, I think it's all good. So to address the topic, how to get better at time management and how to be kind to people and be motivated to do stuff. Motivation's a difficult one. A lot of this stuff, for some people, they naturally have it. A lot of people, there's some people that naturally have these positive things going on inside them. They're naturally motivated to help people, and they're naturally good at time management. And I know I've spent a lot of time reading books and going to dojos and learning and studying and reading and watching documentaries and doing all sorts of stuff to improve. But I've got a sister that just seems to have a natural ability to do all this stuff. She just seems to have this natural, she doesn't read books and study stuff and go to martial arts classes and stuff. She doesn't do any of that. She just seems to have a natural ability to be good with kids and be good with people, and just, she just has a natural ability. She doesn't have to work at it very hard at all. But I think another thing, I'm sort of rambling a bit here, guys, but I'm hoping you can pick little bits of useful stuff out of it, in amongst it, or at least someone might leave an inspired comment below. But I think another important point is to be like our own teacher. I think this is really essential for self-improvement, is to be able to be outside ourselves and look at ourselves critically. You know, I think lots of people are really good at being critical of other people. That's easy to do, isn't it? Look at someone else and they go, oh, that person shouldn't do that, they should do this, and they should try harder with that or do this better or something. And I think we need to do the same thing to ourselves. I think we need to be able to look at ourselves and what we're doing in our lives and really honestly have a look at it and see how we can improve, or you know, how we're doing positively and negatively. And I think positive enforcement, it's sort of like I think we need to have a relationship with ourselves the same as we would with other people. With other people, you know, it's easy to be critical of their negative stuff. It's easy to be appreciative of other people's positive stuff, and I think we should do that with ourselves as well. So if we're in some situation with some people and we do something, after that situation, if you know we have a bit of a argument with somebody or something, you know, family member or friend or something, customer, and have a bit of a confrontation, after that I think we need to be able to look at it honestly, you know, and nobody can see what we're thinking. You know, I think it's okay to be really honest with ourselves about things and talk to ourselves, you know, whether that be out loud or not, you know, and talk to ourselves and look at it and think, well, could I have done that better? You know, could I have been more patient? Could I have been more kind? Was I being selfish? You know, and be really honest with ourselves, and positive stuff too. I think if we do something well, you know, the guy that was asking about doing kind things for other people, not expecting anything in return, I think positive reinforcement is important too, just the same as it is with anyone else. And that's what I mean about have a relationship with ourselves similar to what we have with other people, you know, or with kids. You know, we all have a kid inside ourselves, you know, all of us do, and I think we need to talk to that kid sometimes. You know, if that often the kid inside us is the one that makes us do negative things. You know, the kid inside us is the one that gets hurt emotionally when someone says something to us. You know, someone says something critical to us and we get all emotional. Quite often that's the child inside us that's got all offended and upset. You know, quite often our bad behaviours come from that kid inside us. And we need to look at that kid and say, right, you know, grow up. Or if we do something weak or we do something that wasn't very good and that we should have done better, we need to look at that kid and go, hey, that wasn't very good. But, you know, no regrets. Okay, that's done now. I can't do anything about it now, but let's learn from it. Okay, look, that wasn't very good. I don't want to do that again. You know, I have to make sure I don't do that again. Or if it's something good, you know, if you do some kind thing for some person without expecting anything back, think about it, think, that was good. That person really appreciated that thing I did. That's really good. You know, I've got to do more of that. That's really good. And make sure you do. You know, and I think, you know, it is hard, guys. It's easy to give in to that kid. You know, I'm on my way to the dojo now. It would be too easy for me now. The kid says, let's go home and watch a movie and eat donuts. You know, and it's really easy to give in to that kid and go, yeah, okay, let's go to the donut shop, get some donuts, and then go home and, you know, watch videos and eat donuts. Nice cloudy day, you know, perfect. It's easy to give in to the kid and do that, but we just have to, you know, our grown-up has to say, no, you know, I need to do this. I need to take myself to the dojo, you know, and do some training. And then, you know, after the dojo's finished and I'm back in the car and I'm feeling really good, I need to say to myself, that was the right decision. You know, I feel really good now. I feel much better now than I would have if I'd eaten donuts and watched a video. So yeah, guys, I understand what you're saying. Where can I get it? I made a video a while ago called self-discipline and where to get it, you know. I thought that was pretty clever. Because, you know, it's what it's about, isn't it? It's all going to come from inside. You know, self-discipline, you know, you can't get it from anywhere else. You've got to get it from inside yourself. And all this stuff's the same. You know, motivation to do things. That was the other one. That was the other question. Someone said about motivation. How do you get motivated to do things? Well, all this stuff comes from inside yourself, you know? And it's too easy to be soft on yourself and go, oh no, let's just eat donuts and watch TV. That's easier. You know, let's not go and do that kind thing for that other person. Usually the right thing to do is more difficult than the easy thing to do. Usually, if you've got a decision to make, should I do this or should I do this? Usually the right thing to do is more difficult. It's usually the case. You know, should I go and do the exercise or should I stay home and watch TV? It's easier to stay home and watch TV. Should I go to that person's house and help them with that thing they want help with? Or should I go and do what I want to do? You know, stay home and play video games. You know, usually the right thing to do, should I study or should I relax? Should I, you know, usually the right thing to do is the easy thing, is the more difficult thing to do, and the you know, the easy thing to do usually isn't the right thing. And that's why a lot of people don't do a lot of stuff that they want to do. You know, I see this a lot. I see comments where people say, I've always wanted to whatever. I've always wanted to fly aeroplanes. I've always wanted to go to Japan. You know, and what's really sad is when old people say this. You know, old people like me say, you know, I've always wanted to go to Japan, and you know they never will. You know they never will. I've always wanted to fly an aeroplane, you know, and you know they never will. And it's sad that, you know, people get to the end of their life when they're really old and they have all these regrets. I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd done that, you know. I wish I hadn't done that, you know, do some bad thing. I wish I hadn't done that. Yeah, it's because it's easy to be weak. It's easy to not do it. You know, it's easier to not do it. It's easy, you know, if you want to go to Japan, you need to work. You know, you need to have money. You need to have money, and and usually you need to have a degree. You know, you need to work. You need to go to university and do a degree, and you need to get yourself a job and earn some cash. Then you can come to Japan. You know, if you want to fly airplanes, you need to study, and you need to do the tests, and you need to get the license, and you need to work to earn the money to do all that. So there's always a price. There's always something that we've got to do these things, you know, and we've got a choice. We've got a choice. One thing that motivates me is my awareness of the fact that we probably only get one life. You know, I got a teacher who's Buddhist, and you know, he'd argue with that one. He'd tell me that's not true, but there's a good chance. We don't really know, do we? But there's a good chance that on this earth, living this style of life, we've only got one. Who knows? Who knows? Possibly we've only got one life, and this is it. And I don't want to get to the end of it and be 80 years old and sitting in a rocking chair, that's a year after next, sitting in a rocking chair and thinking, geez, I wish I'd gone to Japan. I wish I'd flown aeroplanes. I wish I'd done martial arts. I wish I'd, you know, and that's what keeps me motivated, is that we only get one life. And it passes really fast, guys. You know, those of you who are 20 years old who think that life's passing fast now, wait till you're 40. It just gets faster and faster, and a year just goes past like that. It's winter and it's snowing, and then it's summer and then it's winter again, and you think, hey, that was a year. Boom, you know, birthdays and Christmases, and you know, bang, bang, bang. It just gets faster and faster. And if you don't get motivated and do stuff, a year passes and you've done nothing. You've done nothing. Now, I should just add too, doing something doesn't necessarily mean going to Japan or flying airplanes. I just use it as an example because that's my motivation. That's what I like to do. It doesn't have to be like that. It could be, you might like doing painting, oil painting, or it might be you like drawing manga, or it might be you like playing music, or it might be that you like spending time with your family. There's a good one. You like spending time with your brothers and your sisters, or your parents, or your cousins, or your friends, or, you know, whatever it is. You know, if it's a positive thing, I mean, getting stoned, taking drugs with your friends and lying around watching video games, you know, it could be okay, but if you do that for too long, that's all your life will be, you know. But doing positive things, you know, your friends are part of a soccer club and you join the soccer club with them and play soccer with them. Fantastic. you know. Whatever, positive, I think positive, we need to be honest with ourselves and be positive. Taking drugs and lying on a sofa somewhere and watching a video, I totally understand the pleasure in that. I've done it. About 1 million years ago I used to do that, and I loved it. It was really good, and it was great, you know. But we've got to be careful with that, because if that's all we do, our life can be just like that. And I've seen people that have done this that are now, you know, 50 years old and just get stoned all the time and have never done anything, and they've got nothing. And that's really sad too, is that if people don't get motivated in their lives, at the end of their life they have nothing, and that's really sad. That's really sad, living in some rented apartment somewhere, you know, with no money and no life, and can't do anything. It's too late then. It's too late then. They can't go anywhere. They can't do anything. They can't get a job. They can't get money. They can't travel. They can't fly airplanes. They can't join the soccer club. It's, you know, it's too late. They've left it too late. So I think that's the thing. We need balance. You know, we need balance. Donuts and videos are good. Fine. You know? Donuts and videos are very good, but we need balance. And I think that's something we need to do. When we're talking to that little kid inside ourselves, we need to make agreements with ourselves. I think that's another thing. And make rules for ourselves. Because it's really easy to indulge yourself and have donuts and watch videos every day. You know, it's easy to do that. Let yourself do that. Oh yeah, I'll do that again today. Yeah. We need to have some discipline and go, no, I can't do that again today. I need to get off my tail and go and do something. You know, I need to get off my tail and go and do something today. I ate donuts and watched videos yesterday. You know. So yeah, guys, I think, you know, it does come within ourselves, all this stuff, you know, it has to come from within. But if it doesn't come naturally, you know, if you want to do good things and you want to improve yourself, and it doesn't sort of just spring out naturally and easily, you know, again, none of this stuff is easy. You know, there's very few people in life who can just do everything and achieve everything and do everything easily. It doesn't work like that. You know, in actual fact, again, I think it's the opposite. Like I was saying with the choices, you know, the easy choice is usually the wrong one, and the best choice is usually the more difficult one. And that's true of life, you know. None of this stuff is easy. You know, I'm pretty happy with what I've done so far, and I've still got plans to do a lot more stuff, you know. But none of it's been easy. You know, getting to live in Japan was really difficult. There was one hurdle after another. It was really difficult, money and visas, and you know, and then living here is difficult, and you know, none of it's easy. And flying aeroplanes and doing all that sort of stuff, you know, getting that together wasn't easy either. None of it's easy. You know, I think very rarely in life is anything worthwhile easy. You know, getting fat and unhealthy is easy. Lie on the sofa, eat donuts. You know, getting old and fat and sick is easy. Being unhealthy is easy. You know, all that sort of negative stuff is easy, but all the good stuff is usually difficult. You know, and it's the question of, are you prepared to pay the price? You know, I think imagining too. I think imagining in our minds, imagining what we want. You know, and being realistic about what we're doing and where it's going to lead to. So if you want to, you know, be healthy, or if you want to achieve something, imagine ourselves doing that thing, and then think, now what do I need to do? What do I need to do to achieve that? And the opposite as well, and be realistic with ourselves. If you're lying on the sofa every day eating donuts, you need to be realistic about what that's going to result in. You're not going to earn any money doing that. So money's not everything, of course, but you know, if you don't have any, it's difficult. You know, and what's going to happen to your health if you're lying on the sofa every day eating donuts? You know, we need to be honest with ourselves. I think that's a big thing, and be really honest. I think sometimes we can kid ourselves and other people. You know, we can tell our parents, "Oh, look, it's okay. You know, I can use cocaine every day. It's not doing me any harm." Or, you know, okay, I did my homework when you didn't really do it. You know, it's easy to bullshit other people. But we shouldn't bullshit ourselves. I think we need to be really tough on ourselves. Sometimes, not all the time. not all the time. We don't want to end up depressed. But I think we need to be really honest with ourselves, about what we're doing and why we're doing it. You know, if you're hanging out with your best friend's girlfriend, or if you're hanging out with your best friend's boyfriend or something, and you're doing something a bit naughty, you might lie to other people about that and say, oh no, it's okay, we're just friends. But be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. And, you know, I've done this, guys. I've broken all the rules. When I was in my 20s, I broke every rule. You name it, I broke it. That's why I know some of this stuff. Because you do the wrong thing, there's always a result. There's always a result, you know. And so we need to be honest with ourselves. And, you know, if you're spending time with your best friend's girlfriend or your best friend's boyfriend, be honest with yourself and say, hey, look, this is heading in the wrong direction. This is going to go bad. And be realistic, and then have some self-discipline. Stop it. You know, and I think this is the thing. You know, we shouldn't lie to anybody. We shouldn't lie to other people. But most definitely we shouldn't lie to ourselves. Because, you know, you see it all the time, don't you? People kid themselves. Oh, look, you know, I'm okay. I'm still healthy. You know, smoking 20 cigarettes or 40 cigarettes a day and eating donuts and watching videos every day. And, you know, oh, I'm okay. I'm still healthy. And you know they're not. You know they're not healthy. They're kidding themselves. And I think that's the problem. We need to be honest with ourselves. So it's been a bit of a ramble, but hopefully in all that rambling, there was just a couple little snippets of useful stuff to somebody. If there's at least one person left still listening and they got some little thing out of it, it was worthwhile, wasn't it? So, anyway, more videos coming soon.